There's this eggnog that I made. I'm trying to like show you without letting it spill. I'll show it later. But yeah, there's this eggnog that I made and it tastes so good. I'm obsessed. Anyways, so hi guys, my name is Mayana and today I'm going to be talking about the series that I want to read in 2023. Listen. So my goal for 2023 is to read a complete series. So these are the series that I want to read and complete. Anyways, let's just get started into the video. The first series that I have on this list is the Radiant Emperor, and the first book in this series is She Who Became the Sun. There's only one book out. The second book comes out in August, so I want to read this one because I am better at reading series when I read them as the book comes out. That does not mean the second book comes out in 2023 and the third book comes out in 2025. Then it has to come out every single year. I can't do every other year because that's what happened with the Poppy War and I still have yet to finish it. So I need the book to come out once a year. But I noticed that if I'm keeping up with the series, then I'm really good at completing it. That's what I'm best at, completing it. I don't know what this book is about. Actually, I think I remember what the book is about. I think it's about a girl who her brothers prophesies to become something. They both get a prophecy and her brother has a good prophecy and she has a bad one, and then her brother dies, so she takes over his identity. I think, I could be wrong here, but that's what I think. The next series I have is the Greenbone Saga. The first book being Jade City, then Jade War, then Jade Legacy. This book is a very popular series. I've started this series twice, but I just haven't finished it. Like a soft DNF, not like I don't want to read it. I'm in the mood to like read a romance or whatever, but I'm not really like in the mood to read it. I really want to do a reading vlog on this series where I just sit and read it for a weekend, knock it out the park, get it out the way, and then yeah. This series is like a fantasy series with mafias. I love mafias. I made it pretty far into Jade City. I just did not finish it for some reason. Really popular book, you know. Everyone knows what it's about. I don't, but everyone does. The next book I have is Sun Eater. This book is 5 books. I think the last book just came out in December. Not the last book, but the most recent book. I think it's 5 books so far. I don't know how many books are planned to be in this series, but so far it's 5 books. I just want to read the first 3. I don't want to read the entire series. I just want to read the first 3 and then see where we go from there. So the first 3 books being Emperor of Silence, The Howling Dark, and Demon in White. So I have read Emperor of Silence, but I want to reread it because I don't remember what happened in that book. I mean, I liked it. Obviously, I liked it enough to buy the rest of the series. I love the covers. I'm obsessed with the hard covers. The first book is about this guy and his family is like a really high-ranking family, and his brother, he is next in line to be like the head of like their family, but he doesn't really want it and his brother's the one who wants it. And then it's like sci-fi stuff. I don't remember. I am so sorry. There's a reason why this is on my list to reread because I do not recall what the hell happened. Next book I have is the First Sister trilogy. First 2 books are out, which is First Sister and Second Rebel. I have had the First Sister on my Libby TBR for years. Like, okay, not for a year, but all year I've had the First Sister on my Libby TBR, thinking that it was just one book. And then when I went to go do research for this video, I realized that the second book is already out and I've been putting this book off. Like, I would get it from Libby and then I would return it because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna read this in time. So then I would return it and then I would get it from Libby and I would return it and I'm like, I have time. And then I realized, I mean, I still have time because the third book isn't out yet, but I just want to be caught up because it is just so easy for me to read like 2 books instead of 3 books, if that makes sense. I don't know how my brain works. I just read the books, okay? Don't even remember what this series is about. It's just been on my Libby TBR for a very long time. I don't know. I feel like this video is probably going to frustrate a lot of people because I don't know what series are about. I don't know what books are about. I just like hear buzzwords, or I like the cover. I'm sorry, I'm a cover whore. Or I just want to read it because it's a fantasy book and I'm very behind. I've been behind on my fantasy books all freaking year long. But whatever. The next series I want to read is the First Law trilogy, which It's over here. The first book being The Blade Itself, then the second book being Before They Were Hanged, and the last book, Last Argument of Kings. I have read The Blade Itself, but I'm gonna need to reread it because once again, I don't remember what the fuck happened in this book. And then I have to hurry up with this one because there is a series after this, and then there's a series after that, and I own that series. I own the hardcovers of them, and I'm so freaking obsessed with them, and I want to get to like the most current series that he has because that one is also complete. So I actually like have like low-key 3 series from him that I want to read this year, but we're just gonna work on this one first. We're not gonna get too ahead of ourselves. We're not gonna like plan ahead as I usually do. We just want to read this series and then we'll worry about the other 2 later on this year. So The Blade Itself, I don't remember what it's about, but I have fun reading it. It's a grim dark series, so it's very dark, very violent, very bloody, very gory, just like the kind of things that I love in a fantasy. And there's a guy named Logan Ninefingers. I can tell you that. Can't tell you anything else though because I don't remember, and that's why I have to reread it. I'm usually the kind of person where I'm like, when my friends were like, yeah, I need to reread this book before I read the next one, I'm like, girl, I just go into the series. I can't do that with adult fantasy. Absolutely not. I will be sitting there confused as fuck. So the next book I have is The Blood Gift Duology, the first book being The Blood Trials, which I have started this series. I have it right here. I was about to reach for it, but now I was like, I haven't really held up any other books. So I have started it. I just didn't finish it because I was not in the mood for fantasy. Summertime is the worst time for me to read fantasy because I'd be on my hot girl shit. I'd be like, I want to read the romance. I want to be where the love is, okay? Not trying to be where the fantasy is. But wintertime is where the fantasy's at. Winter and fall, that's where the fantasy's at for me. So I want to read The Blood Trials. It's a black girl fantasy. It wasn't bad when I started it. Like, I liked it. I just was not in the mood for a fantasy or whatsoever. So I'm very excited. The second cover is absolutely beautiful. Ideally, I would like to read this one before the second book comes out, which I feel like I can do because it's just one book out right now. I can do that. I can do that. Easy peasy. I have it on audiobook already. I don't have to wait on Libby. Like, I got this. Like, I got this. The next book I have is the Sand Seas trilogy. The first book being the Starless. That's not the name of the book. The Stardust Thief. This book was like, when it first of all, the cover is absolutely fucking stunning. When the book came out, it was like really hard to get on Libby, and like when I finally got it, I was like in my romance era, so I really didn't want to read it. But Tahira from Sincerely Tahira and Miriam from Fire Nation, or Miriam Reads Sometimes, they both really love this book, and they talked about it on Tahira's live stream that she does, where she talks about like Muslim books and Muslim authors. And so like I was like, this book sounds good. I want to read it. It sounds fun. Don't remember what it's about, but the cover is beautiful, so I want to read it. The next book I have is a trilogy. It's called The Final Architecture. The first book being Shards of Earth, the second book being Eyes of Void, and then the third book is not out yet. This is a sci-fi series. I think the author writes sci-fi. I have one of his other books called like Children of the Eyes, Children of Time. What if that's not even the author? Yeah, I have that series by him. I have the first book, but that one I realized has to do with spiders, and spiders love me for some reason, but I do not love spiders. So I'm scared that I'm gonna like manifest something, because when I was reading the book by Eric LaRocca and it has spiders in it, and I looked up and there was a spider on my son, I said, oh, no thank you. So I don't know, I'm kind of scared. Anyway, that's not what, anyways, Shards of Earth, I think it is, I have started. I'm like, I got like 4% into it when I was playing The Sims, but because I like to listen to audiobooks when I play The Sims because it's like best for me. But I stopped because I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't in a fantasy mood. I really hate that for me. I really do. I really do. Because now I'm in a huge fantasy mood. I think I'm all romanced out. Won't stop reading romances though. I'm going to keep reading them, but I'm all romanced out. But anyways, not what we're here for. But yeah, I don't know what this. Okay, the next book I have is the Expanse series, and this book has like fucking 19 books in the series. Apple has zoomies right now, I'm sorry. This book has like fucking 19 books in the series, but my goal is to just read 3 and work my way up from there. So the 3 that I want to read are the first 3 in the series, obviously, and that is Leviathan Wakes, Caliban's War, Abaddon's Gate. I have started Leviathan Wakes, have not finished it, have not gotten very far. But I did like what I did read. It's a space sci-fi. It's a detective story. It's about something that happens in space. And then... yeah, so it's a series and I want to watch it, but I can't watch it unless I read it. The next series I have is Black Tongue. This only has 1 book out so far. It's called The Black Tongue Thief. I don't know what it's about. But my friend Ian from Video Squire liked this book, and me and Ian have very similar taste in fantasy. Like, I really trust his taste in fantasy. He doesn't really upload on YouTube. He just has like a Twitter and a Goodreads. But if you are a fantasy person, I highly recommend following his Twitter or following him on Goodreads, because that's where I get my fantasy recommendations from. Like, I'm the kind of person where, like, if you're my friend and I'm like, damn, I haven't talked to this person in a minute, like, I don't know, like, what are they reading, like, what are they up to, I will literally sit there and I'll go through your Goodreads and I'll see what you've read, I'll see what you've been reading, what you've read, what you liked this year, what you hated, like, read your reviews if you write reviews. Like, I'm that kind of person. So I frequently am stalking his Goodreads, and he liked this book, and I was like, nobody really talks about this book. Like, okay, I'll check it out. And then I have Aria Revelations. The first book is Theft of Swords. The second book is Rise of Empire, and the third book is Heir of Nuran. This book is like a bind up of smaller books, if that makes sense. Like, the first book is like 1 through 3. So this technically is like a 6-book series, but I think in a bind up of 3 is great, because also if I don't get through the entire series, all I have to do is just read like 1 book, and that's like the first 3, because that's what I like to do. I like to read the first 3 as if it's like a trilogy or something, and then I'm just, you know, read it like that because they're 1 book. But I don't remember what this is about once again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But this was recommended. So I remember Elliot from Elliot Brooks did a video where, I can't remember exactly what it was, but other people recommended, like, if you like that, then you don't like this. And someone said if you like Mistborn, then you don't like Theft of Swords. I don't think they're technically like really similar or anything, but it has thieves, and I love that. I love a good robbery in a fantasy. So that's why. And then lastly, we have the Live Ship Trader. So I have read Ship of Magic. I haven't decided if I want to reread Ship of Magic or not. I love Ship of Magic. It's like so many books in this series, and it's like what is it called? The Realm of the Elderling. So originally when I first found this series, I'm so pissed off, because not like I found it before everyone else, but I kind of like discovered like the Realm of the Elderling, and I did my own research of it like 2 years ago. And I just only read 3 books in this series. So I read The Assassin's Blade, and then I read Ship of Magic. Because like the Assassin series, like everyone loves that, but it's depressing as fuck to me personally. So I wanted to do like a series of how to read the Realm of Elderling videos. So I like literally have everything planned out here, like how to read it by series and everything. But I didn't get very far. So this year I want to finish reading the Live Ship Traders. And then I want to read, there's so many like that you have to read based off Fit, who is like the Assassin's Blade character. Like, his story is so fucking sad. Yeah, I want to read this one, and I want to read the Dragon one, which is like, the series is like Dragon Keeper, Dragon Haven, City of Dragons, Blood of Dragons. Because I love a good dragon story. I'm a dragon girl. So yeah, I want to read the Live Ship Traders. I think I'm just gonna read the other 2, because I don't really have time to be reading all 3 again. I'm sorry, I love the first book, it was fun, but I will just be skipping to the next one. So I want to read the Live Ship Traders, and then I want to move on to the Dragon one. So this year I really hope to just read those 2, or maybe even finish Assassin's Blade, so that way I have 3 finished, and then maybe 2020 4, I'll have 3 more to read. Or who knows? I don't know. I'm so bad at reading series. I'm like, maybe I can read all of them this year. No, you can't. No, you can't. Let's focus on the other books that I need to read. So yeah, these are my sci-fi books that I need to read. And I made like a cute little list. And I have them all separated and like just easier. I don't know, very organized, very Virgo of me. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what series you want to get to in 2023. And I'll see you guys in my next video.